Instagram models get duded on Dubai, they nasty. Keeping my flows, vocal tones rugged and raspy. Barbaric on the mic, tear it down, fall from classy. Millennials, wingers, zoomer lyrics, niggas is trashy. Come with the bullshit, bitch, niggas who won't get hit. But who come hit the vodka with the dope, your face split. Ignore me, niggas, I'm just talking slick, popping shit, old school, crack era.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to remember how to get this cracking, man. It's been a minute since I've done this, man. I remember why I pulled away from the videos, man. Like I said when I first started my earlier videos, I said this is a lot of work, man. You gotta come in here, you gotta do all this, you gotta edit it up in Vegas. And Vegas is an old program now. My other boy's pushing another program on me. So now I gotta learn a whole nother program to edit my videos. It's just too much, you know what I'm saying? But as of late though, there's been so much going on in the world and so much, so many types of videos people are making, and I'm like seeing them and I really want to respond to them, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I believe in comments and shit, but I don't know if you get a comment across as much as seeing the person that has the video that's talking about the comment, you know what I'm saying? It gets a little bit, it pushes a little harder, you know what I'm saying? But there's so much turmoil in the world, man. The war, the administration, there's some other things I'd like to get into, man, but you know what I'm saying, you gotta be careful, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm just trying to get stuff restarted again. I should get shut down real quick. So you gotta be careful what you talk about, and that's fucked up. You're supposed to have freedom of speech, but it's just so much to talk about what's happened to me since the last videos until now, you know what I'm saying? One of the videos I want to go over now is you got Young Dirk, some these other brothers talking about, you know what I'm saying, we Viltrumites are black people, you know what I'm saying? And there's, now for nothing, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go into the, let them run their videos and you know what I'm saying, comment on what they're talking about, but, you know what I'm saying, there's some biblical and some, you know what I'm saying, some mythological, you know what I'm saying, things that kind of shows, and we got the receipts. We got receipts. I can show receipts all day that we might, been kissed by God. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I don't want to cause no problems or nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying. Y'all know that. Know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But let's get into this video here. We're gonna let these videos rock out. Young Dirk and Antonio. I'm pretty much listening on both of their feedbacks on the Japanese talking about, black people, but you know what I'm saying, I gotta add a little something to that, you know what I mean? Let me let this
German language. Now, as y'all can see by the title of today's video, though, Japanese Twitter, they've been wild. Translated from Japanese, and it's one of the most racist tweets you ever read. Whoa, and this isn't an exaggeration. So right here,
I'm already know. Oh my God.
Here it says, translated from Japanese.
Why always leave them alone, bro? Why they worried about black women, bro? They're so fucking weird, bro. All of you are weird as fuck. I can't lie. All of you non-black people that are pressed about black women are weird as fuck, bro. What is wrong with y'all, man?
You can click show the original.
I was ready for them to be talking shit about like me, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas, like, my demographic saying what these foot niggas saying, bro. But all right, for sure. What they saying now?
Looks, we're gonna show the translation. It says, why do black women shake their butts?
They just hang cause they ain't got no ass. I said it. They just hang cause they don't got no butts to shake. That's why they so mad over there.
I want to know.
I don't know if you've been seeing some videos as of late. It looks like the healthy, curvy Asian women that are taking care of themselves, and they keeping that waist small, and all you seeing is backside on them. There's some, I mean, don't get me wrong, comparably speaking to the sisters, of course, more sisters come with that. That's a package deal. But you got some Asian women coming out there showing some stuff. I have an Asian woman. And she has some stuff. She has a little something going on. So Asian women are if you could find one.
Why they so mad over there?
want to know. I hate
that, but without exception, including my friends, they all shake their butts. My friends who are European-born Africans, my friends who are African diplomats stationed in Europe, and the Africans from the Middle East, all of them, African women, when they drink alcohol, just thrust their butts outward and shake them wildly no matter what. I'd also like to know, as a side note, how men feel when they get their butts shaken at them.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I would have to find it. I did see a quick article where they were talking about it's healthy for men, it's therapeutic for men to see women with asses. Like, I actually saw, I gotta find it. I'm gonna try to find it when I go ahead and edit it. But yo, there was a clip that's, and I got it. I got it immediately when they said that. It's like it's like stress balls. You know what I'm saying? People have stress balls. When you see something, you know what I'm saying, walking and it's built right and firmed right, and it's doing this thing with it's mentally gratifying to see that. It makes you like, damn, that look nice. You know, they're like stress balls. I think they're like big stress balls.
Okay, I might have spazzed a little too hard. They don't sound like she really like trying to be necessarily racist, like mean. It's just an observation. Okay, well, I believe I ain't no genealogist, but I 1000% believe that shit. You know, they say like you pass on shit in your genes, like information. I mean, we observe it all the time in animals, right? Like, how does a fucking, I don't know, how do beavers know how to create a dam? You know what I mean? Like, how does a lion just know how to hunt? Yeah, there's little shit they learn when they're cubs and they're playing with their parents, but the instincts, like, they just know that shit. Like, bees just know how to make beehives. You know what I mean? Nobody ever went to school for that. There's no bee university where you just know that shit. It's in your DNA. And I think the same thing happens to humans when something is just done for so long in like, your culture. It's like a magnet. So you might not automatically know it like right away, but it just take the slightest you just need to see one person do it, or hear a certain type of music, or just, you know, be around a certain group of people, and it's just gonna come out, bro.
I'd also like to know, as a side note, how men feel when they get their butts shaken at them. So some people that come across this tweet, they may think that
it's great. I love it.
This is harmless, or they are genuinely curious. But no, these are the type of dog whistle and microaggressions that us black people deal with. What you have to notice is that most of the time, anything that black people do, it is always demonized. Twerking, we may have modernized it over here in America, but that is a cultural tradition dating back to the motherland. It's a
yeah, what do fucking Japanese women got in their DNA? That I want to know. Black women, they shake ass. What do fucking Japanese women got in their shit?
I don't know. Big boobs. You see a lot of Japanese and Asian women with big boobs, and they're like shaking their boobs. But it's almost like a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? When you see a snow bunny with an African fatty, you know what I mean? That mimics the shape of a sister. And you see an Asian woman with the rack and the fatty too. That's like, oh, god damn. You know what I mean? Just saying.
Got in their shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got none. Y'all just boring. That's wild.
Harmless dance is great exercise. And as a man of culture, I love me some twerking. But anyways, man, they was on his ass in the replies. Somebody said, I'll worry about the women's underwear vending machines, the women-only carriages on the subway, the fact that all smartphones must have audible camera clicks, or why middle school girl uniforms are so popular in erotica first. Prior to this tweet, I never knew that.
That's what y'all be on. Now I know. Y'all be on some like weird, like trying to be children shit.
Yeah, there's a little, it's called lolly, going on over there in Japan. I mean, and other things going on there. I think y'all, again, I think a pushback, a lot of the pushback with our black people, but I'm going to separate us a little bit. Now, I don't want to call. Yeah, there's a little, it's called lolly, going on over there in Japan. I mean, and other things going on there. I think y'all, again, I think a pushback, a lot of the pushback with our black people, but I'm gonna separate us a little bit. Now I don't want to cause conflict and try to we're different. I mean, we are a different type of blacks, but the whole Asian hemisphere, they love American blacks. They love American niggas. Pardon the language. They love American brothers. Period. There's videos up here. You guys can type them in right now. An hour video of Asian women straight saying they love black men. You know what I mean? American black men. Now you got some like motherfuckers would say, the fuck boys from Africa. They go in there and they try to say, well, you know, we're black Americans. You know what I mean? I don't know how they get the pass, because I mean the Asian woman should be like, well, your accent sounds a little weird. You don't really dress fully like them, but they give them the pass probably because of the other stuff that we come with. You know what I mean? You know, I don't know, man, but they get the pass and they get in there. But a lot of the Asian women are attracted to black American men. So I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, don't worry about black women.
Japan had this going on. I did a quick Google search and I looked up, does Japan have a problem? Yes, Japan has a significant underreported sexual violence problem, often described by activists as a hidden crisis. While official statistics indicate low crime rates, government surveys have shown that approximately 1 in 14 to 1 in 13 women in Japan experience forced sexual intercourse. Over 95% of victims do not report assaults to police. That is, oh my goodness. Someone replied, is this it? And as you can see, it's a video of a gorilla, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's a lot y'all got going on if you're worrying about black women twerking. Y'all got other stuff to be dealing with. And I know about some of the crime that goes on over there. It don't happen that much, but when it do, it's bad. It's hella bad. When something goes down in Japan, it is hella bad. I remember the story about a kid that took a little kid. He was a littler kid. The littler kid had maybe been about 5 years old or something like that. And the other kid might have been about 7 or 8. I might be a little off, but something like that. Yo, he raped the kid, did all kinds of crazy stuff to the little kid, chopped his head off and put it on a pike. Like, stuff like that goes down in Japan. There's not that much crime there, but when it pops off, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? And they try to say, well, you know, it ain't as bad as America. Well, your crimes are so bad that they might as well be as bad as America's, because it's so bad when stuff pops off over there. And that's because they're so stressed because of the work culture and all this other stuff that's going on over there. They're under a lot of stress over there. So when somebody crashes the fuck out, they crash the fuck out.
And they replied, that's it. So yeah, okay, this nigga is a racist piece of shit. And to add on another thing, right?
Of course, yeah, okay, all right. So all that energy I had for you in the beginning, that was valid. You see, my spirit knew it before I had the real evidence to back it up. That's just all that happened right there. My spirit probably a man. It's probably a man.
This isn't rage bait. They aren't trying to make any money. This is just how they really feel. Right here, someone replied, your perspective might be a bit base, you know. This so-called twerking dance isn't just tied to a specific race. It's heavily influenced by culture and music. For example, in dancehall or Afrobeats genres, those kinds of dance moves are just a normal part of how things heat up and get the crowd going. Plus, when people have a few drinks, they loosen up and their dancing gets more uninhibited. That's a thing in every country. And it just might be that it caught your eye by chance. It's totally natural to feel uncomfortable watching it as an observer, but instead of assuming everyone's like that, it'll probably feel more fitting to see it as a difference in culture or vibe. This clown replied, don't come at me with AI generated drivel. Go shake your ass instead, you savage. So yeah, we know what type of guy this dude is. Now right here we have,
that's if a Japanese guy actually typed that, you know what I mean, or text that, or whatever the fuck that you want to call it. I mean, there could be people just trying to keep us fighting amongst each other, distracted. Why we see the bullshit that's unfolding currently today. You know what I mean?
Right here we have a tweet that absolutely set Twitter on fire, man. As you can see, it says, translated from Japanese, the number of encounters with black people in my neighborhood is...
That guy's such a fucking loser. He's like so worried about black people, bro. Like, tell me you're like poor and like lame without telling me you're poor and lame. That's what poor, lame people do. Is get on the internet and be pressed about black people.
Steadily increasing. Their skeletal structure and the way their
can't be too poor. He's on a computer typing stuff.
Muscles are built are on a completely different level from Japanese people. I'm slim, so if I get pinned down, it'll be over in seconds. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry, I never imagined that violence from a foreigner would climb the ranks in my predictions for my own cause of death. I couldn't have pictured that even a few years ago. Things change when you least expect them to. There is so much to unpack in that tweet. For one, this nigga is fantasizing about getting panned down by a big black dude. No pause. Cause that's
You're not that interested.
Yeah, but on some real shit though, it's they don't. One of their biggest stars over there was a brother named Bob Sapp. I will put that up so you guys can see who that is. He was a UFC fighter. The brother was gigantic. So they're fascinated by big black brothers. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? So I think, you know what I mean, he might be talking from a Bob Sapp perspective or something like that. Bob Sapp is that brother's almost 400 pounds, man. In his heyday, he was brolic, straight brolic. You know what I mean? So maybe he's thinking about that. But they got love for American blacks, like I said. Bob Sapp was a huge star over there. They took him from America and made him a huge star in Japan. And there was another brother. He wore glasses, had the low cut fro, and he had that Japanese dog, and he was in the commercials. He blew up too over there in Japan. So they're Jetto. Jetto's another brother. He does, I think it's called it's like traditional Japanese music. I'll find him and post him up. He blew up in Japan. You know what I mean? And actually, he's got part Japanese in him. I think like 25% or something like that. But he looked like a nigga though. You know, he barely looked Japanese. He blew up over there. They love American blacks. That's all I'm going to keep telling y'all. They're fascinated by our culture. They love our culture. They got hip hop coaches. You can go over there. My brother was over there. My brother's been in the military for 30 years, almost 30 years. He told me how it was when he was in Japan. He's trying to get me to come over there with him, man. But at the time, I was too young and I wasn't in the mindset to do that, right? Anyways, but he was over there doing this thing, telling me how it was going down with him over there. And he was saying it was gravy. They love brothers out there. They love American brothers out there. You know what I'm saying? They love American brothers out there. So it's the Africans they're talking about. And if you look up videos on YouTube, you see Africans trying to push product off on people. There was a brother that I seen years ago that was talking about he was over there and an African brother was all up in his chick trying to get him to buy a hat or something. He was like, nigga, fall back. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to relish the surroundings and the environment. Nigga, fall back. You know what I mean? He's literally trying to push the hat on him. There's a video that there's some white dudes that are filming a video, and they don't like being filmed apparently, and they smack the dude in his head or something like that. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's videos like that too. So you got to be careful with lumping us all up. You know what I'm saying? They ain't talking about all blacks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that all Africans, you know what I'm saying, have issues, have problems, but they don't. Their swag is different from ours. That's all I'm gonna say.
Your life is not a movie. Stop it. You're not interested enough for that to happen to you. No, that'll never happen to you. Like,
even if he was interested, what brothers is waiting to rape this dude just because he got something interesting about him? Somebody gonna rape him? What you talking about? Dirk bugging with that one.
Like this fantasy that all these like.
you're just gonna be boring and then die. You probably die of like heart attack or something, like heart disease, or you know, yeah. You don't gotta worry about being like killed by a black man trying to stop it. You're too boring.
What he's literally thinking. The nigga said, I'm so slim, so if I get pinned down, it'll be over in seconds. First of all, nigga, go get your weight up then if that's what you fearing. For two, why is your first thought that you'll get pinned down by a black person? You know what I'm saying? That's why I be telling y'all that propaganda, man.
That's what they want. You want to be pinned down. Or is this a woman?
That's weird, but yeah, we ain't coming over here to pin no niggas down. We come to pin a Japanese woman down, or go to Akihabara and go pin some video games down, some anime figures, and some anime manga and shit like that, bro. We ain't trying to go over there and pin no dudes down. So I don't know where the hell you getting that from, bro. I don't know, man. Again, you gotta be careful because sometimes people put fake people come on there and type stuff to get things going.
Maybe she not Let me not even go there. Stop.
And once again, y'all, this isn't a goddamn like rage bait tweet. He doesn't even have a check mark. Someone replied, "You're describing us like we're an infantry of big Randy disciples." They said, "Nigga describing us like we're Viltrumites." I never watched the show, but I know they are.
What? You haven't watched Invincible? Bro, I just watched the last episode last night, the latest episode.
Invincible is the shit. It's the shit. And yeah, I don't want to get crazy, but I have never seen. I'm a huge geek. I can show you all comics and everything. I got tons of. I'm a thug geek, my nigga. I got tons of fucking shit in my house, and I'm gonna run it down in the video here. That is one of the most uniquest things I've ever seen. Is a motherfucker pulling a punch back, and now we gotta talk about. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother topic. Is Superman, can Superman beat an apex Viltrumite? Because Superman ain't pulling nobody in from getting ready to punch somebody so hard that he's pulling you. That's cray-cray. That is dope. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. And I've been exposed to a lot of sci-fi and fantasy stuff. I'm an artist myself. I draw my own comic books and stuff like that. That is dope. And I'm definitely incorporating it with one of my.
In the latest season, we're on season 3, right? Bro, why nobody told me Thrag was built like that? Bro, I know this whole time. Of course, the nigga with the cleanest, like, low top, like, low cut fade, he, like, truly a demon, bro. I don't know why nobody told me that. Why Thrag was built like that. That's insane, but nah. This is what they do think of black people, though. Like, we're like some Viltrumite race type shit. Like, we just like overly strong. All right.
Invincible, right? Japanese niggas more scared of.
Not for nothing, young Don. We got some strong ass brothers, man. You heard of Julius Maddox? Brother can bench. He's 15 pounds shy of benching 800 pounds. Strong, and he's a brother. Strongest brother in the world as far as benching. And then there's a brother that's not on no juice or anything like that. Mark Henry. Actually, they're talking about considering making him the strongest man, period. He can bend quarters and shit. He can move 500 pounds and plus, and he has nothing in his system. He's just, brother's just naturally strong like that. That's the brother that was into the WWE and all that stuff, or WWF, whatever he is, Mark Henry. Yo, we got some strong niggas in our motherfucking gene pool, brother.
Black people than the people that nuked them twice. Oh man, what, bro? I say this all the time, man. Yeah. This isn't just the Japanese people. We see anti-blacks worldwide, and the way these folks think about us and they fear us, you would think that we did all the things that white people or Europeans did to the world. Colonize, drop nuclear bombs, take land. Like, no, we didn't do any of that. Shit like this makes me scared to travel the world as a black man. Bro, I'm demoralized just for having darker skin. These guys think we want to kill them, when the actual race who actually nukes them twice and commit the most crimes in their country.
Cool topic to bring up about Japan getting nuked. I mean, you really, that's a bit tasteless. I don't think y'all should be doing that, man. Y'all go look at history and the documentaries and read books and shit. That's really not for. That's how insensitive our culture. I mean, not our culture, but people are becoming. Like, that's not something you just throw out there like that. A lot of people lost their lives with them nukes, but they are right. You're more concerned about cultured people that you know what I'm saying, that make people want to dance, break, and all that, you know what I'm saying, spit, rap, all that, over than the motherfuckers that are pretty much fucking the whole world up. That's a fact.
Oh, it's just funny, ha ha ha. But at the end of the day, bro, a lot of us have feelings. We see stuff like this, and it's like, damn, we be chilling. Most black people that I know, they fuck with Japan. They love the culture, you know what I'm saying? They love anime.
Yeah, I feel like it's too much. I don't like it. I don't like how much it is.
It shows so much love to it. And then you see stuff like this, and it's like, what the, you know what I'm saying? But I came to this realization like a couple years ago. Obviously not everyone, but the original thought around black people is like, they ain't really cool with us. So I you know, it's sad to say, and I hate that I gotta be like this, but I don't really idolize nobody at this point unless they black. Even I don't try to idolize other black people, but it's just so many cases of, you know, of these TV stars, movie stars coming out being racist. It's always in the back of my mind. It's like, oh, do this nigga fuck with me? Do he not? So now someone replies, stop letting Twitter shape your perception of real life, G. This is a debate that I do see a lot. They be like, oh, social media isn't a real place, or Twitter, you know, this isn't how people really feel. But I beg to differ that this is how people truly feel. I think social media is a way for them to express how they, you know, how they actually come out. In real life, a lot of these people, they too scared to express how they really feel. And the way I see it is like, you know,
They're
when a
just weird, bro.
person is drunk, they actually start to let out how they feel.
I never knew. I don't know much about Nick Fuentes, but I know he talks about a racist stuff against blacks. You know what I mean, about our people. So I don't know how he would have all these black friends. That's cray. Unless he's just doing it just to get hits and likes and keep his engagement reading going up, his what the fuck algorithm going. I don't know, man. But that's pretty crazy for him to have friends. And I heard I haven't really went to the dude's channel, so I can't really talk completely about the dude. But I've heard stuff about Nick Fuentes, and it's not good. So I don't know how he's got any more fucking, you know what I'm saying, melanated people that's hanging with him. I don't even know how that's happening. And wait, isn't his last name Fuentes? Isn't that Boricua? Boricuas is niggas too. They are peoples too. So what's fucks up with that?
They love that idea.
A judge, like a police officer, like your employer, and their preconceived notions and, you know, biases that can have an impact on you. But just, you know, people walking around like they have their anti-black beliefs, it's not gonna affect you. So don't be worried about that shit. Just live your life how you want to live it. Be who you want to be, bro. Don't be worried about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You scared. Hey, so this is another tweet from a Japanese person, and it's a reply. I get it. Even in my neighborhood or on the train, there's definitely more of them around. And above all, their bills are just on another level. Yo, what the fuck is up with these niggas?
No, but it's true though, bro. Like as a race collectively, you know what I'm saying? They skew on the smaller size. And so I could just imagine if I was just walking around Japan, bro, people look at me now just.
Now someone replies, stop.
Don't let one bad apple ruin it for everybody. Like I said, Japan, not all Japan is racist like that. Not all of Asia is racist like that. That's bullshit. Right now, that's one of the biggest topics on the internet, is the Asian women want black Americans. That's a fact. Look it up. You can dial that shit up, dial it in and look it up, brothers. You see it. So that's not 100% true. It's a couple bad apples, just like we got a couple of bad apples that makes people feel a kind of way. Don't get me wrong, there's propaganda and stuff for people that's spreading bullshit around. But our brothers is doing some dumb shit too that's scary too, you know what I'm saying? You know, clapping at each other with motherfucking ratchets and all that ain't exactly, you know what I'm saying, cool. It ain't like the old school when niggas used to mix it up and get it in like men. You know what I mean? Y'all just clapping niggas. But put me on the shelf, I had to put the belt up and on the wall, you know what I mean? I ain't out there no more. They clapping. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that get it in like me, you can't be out there no more. They'll clap your ass. So that's done. You know what I mean? You know, they just clapping people.
Letting Twitter shape your perception of real life, G. This is a debate that I do see a lot. They be like, oh, social media isn't a real place, or Twitter, you know, isn't how people really feel. But I beg to differ that this is how people truly feel. I think social media is a way for them to express how they, you know, how they actually come out. In real life, a lot of these people, they too scared to express how they really feel. And the way I see it is like, you know,
They're just weird, bro.
They actually.
Yeah, there's some facts behind that. I think people don't say shit, and they're not gonna say to your face. They don't want to get mollywopped. So yeah, they're gonna wait till they home and get their Twitter fingers on and keyboard tough guy, whatever fuck. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of that.
I'm not that uncommon in America. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 6'5", an athlete. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely not the average, but not that crazy either. I feel like if I went to Japan, they would be looking at me like I was a fucking, like, zoo animal, bro. You know what I'm saying?
When I see one.
But yeah, I don't look my age. You know what I'm saying? I take care of myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'1", 243 pounds, 12 pounds overweight. I gotta drop 12 pounds. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I take care of myself. Y'all see that, you know what I'm saying? Even for my age, if I told you I'm about to be our father, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Again, black don't crack. You take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm still golly. I still work out, still lift weights. We age differently. Asian people do too when they take care of themselves. They do as well. But on an average, you know what I'm saying, we're more heavily muscular. That is a fact. There are some diesel Asians too, but on an average, it just comes with us. We just come like that, and if we take care of it and nourish that, work out and get into the weights and fitness and all that, you really see it. You really see us excel and you really see it pop out. But again, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to spend too long, you know what I'm saying?
But I think no matter how you slice it, there's no way a Japanese person can stand up to that. Even the women, even if their height is about the same, have this thickness and weight class vibe that's from another world entirely.
Yes, the ass go crazy. It go crazy. It's true.
When I think that one punch from them might just kill me on the spot, it's so terrifying. I can hardly stand it. What?
I can hardly stand it. That's wild to me. Damn, the inferiority complex go crazy.
Someone said, Jesus Christ, this sounds so weird, like some kind of fetish. Seek help, bro. Someone said, many of these accounts are racist foreigners trying to push an agenda by pretending to be Asian and being racist online. I hope that this is the case, and this is not how some of these people feel. Hey, somebody said, me coming over to kill you at one point. There were some sensible Japanese people in the comments, though. Someone said, not everyone bigger than you is automatically a bad guy.
Right?
LOL.
Facts,
People
bro.
like that probably couldn't care less.
I'm a nice guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of the nicest people you ever meet, for real. I really feel like that.
It's about you. What a weird way of thinking. Creepy. Like, for real, dog. They said the scariest thing about this is the fact that actually white people are the ones that are doing the most raping, you know? This is another tweet from a Japanese person.
That was just... What?
Man, yo, you guys are eating this shit up. You guys are wilding on this shit. Look, Jesus Christmas. Look, man, it's not that serious, man. I mean, and it's not even a really bad disrespect how they coming at it, really. They just said they view us as powerful people. You know what I'm saying? We powerful and strong people. They a little intimidated by niggas. I mean, again, I explained it in my video earlier about stuff. I mean, even people that are non-black are talking about it. Oh shit, there's the killing I was talking about. This chick's talking about it. The killing with the kid put the little kid's head on the pike. Anyways, yeah, people are really reacting up to that. Look, man, y'all be proud who the fuck you is, man. And wear this shit like a badge of honor, man. People looking at y'all like you're Viltrumites, and fuck it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I'm about to show you why this is happening. I'm about to show you receipts. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to show you all receipts.
You know, I had seen a lot of big guys. I had seen Lou Ferrigno, I had seen Sergio Oliva, and none of them, had what I saw on Venice Beach. A huge black guy. I mean huge, not like a bodybuilder on stage, like a moving mountain. Very impressive.
I threw that arm and bam! It was big as Arnold's head. My arm was big as his face.
His arms and everything was enormous.
That he was bigger than Arnold and Lou Ferrigno and all the champions in the magazine, he ain't lying. Because I seen them, I compared myself to them. And I felt okay standing next to them. I was about 245. But when I seen Craig Munson, dwarf them.
280 pounds of solid muscle. One of the most incredible specimens you have ever seen.
largest guy I ever seen in my entire life, including Sergio Oliva and all the bodybuilders included. Craig Bunson was one of the biggest guys I ever seen.
I'm doing stuff people had never seen, heard of. I'm the guy who backed off 300 pounds. And I was benching 585 and repping 400 25 times.
Here's a man 7'2" and 280 trying to wrap you up, and somehow you have the strength and the body control to get off a reasonable shot.
And Jordan flies in for this rebound. Under 4.5 minutes to go. Here's Jordan. There's the muscle shot by Michael. I thought he was going to pass it and have the moment, but there was no one there to pass it. He had to throw it up and it banks in. Gonna go that one for years to come. We were the Avenue. That was the name of my game. And everybody that would see the Avenues admired them because they had yokes. We had nice shaped arms, big shoulders, big chests. And then I did 5 years in San Quentin. I walked into the prison, the biggest guy. Michael shakes the finger. He finally got his dunk on Mount the Tumble. And he's going to say after the game, well, it took a long time, but it was worth it.
They set that up. They brought the defense out high.
When people ask me who was the biggest, most intimidating specimen to ever lace up a lifting strap, I don't even hesitate.
Super play by Michael. He's got 6. Get it into Anderson. There's the double team.
It's Craig Black Hercules Monson. Bigger than Arnold, bigger than Sergio, bigger than Lou, and stronger than all of them. His strength was unbelievable. The guy trained for hours with heavy weights.
I do believe we will see that again. And yes, you better.
Michael in transition.
Training, just wasn't to it. Training real hard.
Yes, sir. Michael.
While the rest of the world was doing 3 sets of 10,
hammers it down.
Livingston had to go high.
Craig was moving into the gym like he was punching the clock for a double shift. Every single day. No rest, no mercy.
The 2 of their top perimeter
We didn't train for a pump.
at the moment. Look at and sure highlight reels rolling. Number 23 is in the house and has come to work. 30 points.
You throw it up over his head. Now
Very
just watch
strong
this as he spins
very
baseline.
competitive.
He comes into the traffic, just throws it up. He even like that. Michael even said that was a
It'll be a spectacular night for the Bulls as Jordan has come up with another.
Michael Jordan puts on his show.
Fine high wire acts of Jordan and Pippen. 2 goes 2. They do it defensively. Michael Jordan with a takeoff and the crook.
Oh my. He hit the free throw and has one more.
Here's Mike. Oh, yes, here comes Mike. Oh, what a play. We said he was on the runway the last time. What a play, and they want a timeout.
Scott Williams able to get to the loose ball, and he followed up Jordan with the recovery, and Jordan is fouled. The basket counts in the foul, and Michael Jordan very upset.
Jordan with the strength, the concentration. Ahmad Rashad earlier this year had spent a day with Michael and gone through his workout training program and said it's really a difficult one. This guy has built his body up and had a great strength to a great talent.
I know good. Pippen the rebound. Back to Jordan down the lane. Whoa!
Whatever it is.
Dunk right over Sigma. A monster. What a play by Scottie Pippen.
No one.
Ruffin has it blocked by Longley. What a play to Pippen.
My, what a pass by Jordan. A wraparound pass as he was facing the other way. Hit Pippen almost perfectly in stride, and Pippen took it in and threw it down.
Personal inbound. 27.1 seconds remaining.
Best on that stage.
15 on the shot clock. Get the trap. Finds Reggie Miller. Blocked away on play. Made by Jordan. Sensational play by Michael Jordan.
I had really lost the urge to compete.
Goodness, where did he come from? Jordan with the block. And then the save, which was unbelievable.
Pippen inside. Quick pass. Michael. Blocked, but he's still counted these fouls.
Jay goes up in the air, hangs, readjusts, lays the ball in, and draws a foul. Down right into the hands of Wilkins. Michael Jordan around everybody. Some drive by Michael Jordan. The score is 99-83.
It's a 7-second disparity between the shot clock and the game clock. Jordan, yes!
You know, it would have been better for Charles to foul him all the way.
Foul called on Barkley. 4-point lead for Chicago.
Whoa! Almost had a pick. Ball tapped loose from Elo, and here comes Jordan. Behind the...
Against the great fuck the rule. Against the great fuck the rules, I'll be defiant.